Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Monday. This is Marketplace Monday. My name is Jarvis, and we hadn't quite figured out what we're going to call me for this thing yet, right? But I'm going to be whatever that is, your host, your moderator, whatever it is for the evening, for the afternoon, for the morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Welcome to Marketplace Monday, guys. Marketplace Monday is where each week we dive into entrepreneurship, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the intricacies, the problems, all of the issues that you may face while you're on your entrepreneurial journey. This episode is a little bit different for me, and I wanted to black it out so that we could be really intimate. I wanted to be intimate with you all today. I wanted to be transparent with you all today in the spirit of Labor Day. I know a lot of you guys are off work. A lot of you guys are, with your families, taking time. You took the day off. You had the day off. Your job gave you the day off. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Again, this is real. This is raw. It's responsible. Tell you guys a little bit about me, because some of you guys are new to the picture. Some of you all are new to what we're doing here. We probably started a brand new consulting group maybe 10, 15 years ago, and we were really working the urban market of the music industry. Just grew tired with it and decided to scale and start working with government and corporations and entrepreneurs and small businesses and things of that nature. We wanted to kind of grow the business. So we were able to do that. In the process, life is still life. So I still had a job I had jobs. And the hard part, I had 9-to-5s. The hard part was maintaining 9-to-5s. I didn't have a problem getting them. I could get a job anywhere, but I couldn't keep a job. 5-6 months, pink slip. A year, pink slip. Like, hey, we're laying off. Hey, we're not gonna be able to use you. Hey, and it was happening over and over and over again, and I couldn't understand. I was conforming. I was playing the game, doing the dance. I was doing, to earn a check. I had children, so my babies were dependent upon me. So my check was very important. My contribution to my household was very important at the time. I mean, it still is, but at that time, that's what we're talking about. So we were job to job, and I had a mentor at the time. Her name was Marilyn. Shout out to Marilyn. And I used to ask her, like, yo, why can't I keep a job? Like, is it me? Or is it, am I that far left where I can't maintain a job? I can't keep stable employment? And she really was honest with me the last job I lost. And she was like, you know what, Jarvis? You aren't walking in your purpose. There are no rewards for a purposeless walk. And it took me, it's really just sinking in now, but she said that there's no rewards for a walk without purpose. Meaning it's a treadmill game. You do a lot of moving, but you're going nowhere, right? So it took me some time to internalize that and really gain an understanding of what she really meant by that, right? It took some time for me to get there. So fast forward, I landed a job, finance industry, big time. It wasn't a big time company, but it was the biggest company I had ever worked for at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna be a company man. I'm gonna work this job for 30 years and retire and fish. Like that was my thing. That's what I wanted to do when I started, because I felt like having a job was the thing. Like it was the wave. Like when you meet a girl, the first thing, you got a job, you got a car, you got a house, you got a place to stay. That was the thing. So not having a job was always, I never not had a job. I was just from job to job. So that was the thing. I wanted stable employment. I wanted a stable job. I wanted somewhere that I could kind of sit down and ride for the next 30 years of my life. And this was the longest job I had ever had. I landed this job and got promoted a few times, a couple raises, I'm doing it, And 5 years in, things, I did good for myself while I was there. Just back it up a little. So November of 2018, I got up from my desk and I just walked into my assistant manager's office. I said, you know what, Twanya, January 31st, I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm out. And she laughed and yeah. And I was like, no, I'm for real. I'm out. I ain't, I'm done. And she was like, yeah. So, we laughed it off and kind of went on about our business. Never really thought much about it after that. Never really thought or said anything else about it. And the rest of November plays out. December plays out. Boom, January hit. Go to work, coming right back from the new year. There's an email, and in all of our emails, and it was from the owner of the company, and he was pretty much saying, "Hey guys, I'm out. I'm selling the company. Good luck. The chips may fall. Let the chips fall where they may fall." Right? That was I mean, pretty much that's what he said in the email. People want to protect the culture. Oh, we're merging, but we got bought out. So in the midst of the buyout, anytime companies merge or anytime an acquisition takes place, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of, oh my God, are we gonna keep our jobs? Oh my God, am I gonna have to change positions? Oh my God, am I gonna have to do this? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do that. And it was just a lot of that going on. People didn't know what was going on. So we come back from the new year, boom, they dropped that bomb on us. So fear all week long, right? Nothing but fear. Come back second week in January, and we got an email, and it's like, hey, listen, we're shutting down this department effective whenever. It wasn't my department, so I didn't really care, but there was a group of people that lost their jobs. Next week, hey, we're gonna shut down every branch that's within a 5-mile radius of another branch. And I looked at the map, and my branch was like in a 5-mile radius of like 6 other branches. So it kind of set in like, wait a minute, they may be closing our branch. Like, what's gonna happen? But aside from all that, I always had brand new consulting group. I already had that. So, and business was good. Like, no, I don't want to flex. Like, business was really good. So there wasn't a legitimate worry. There may have been some concern, but there wasn't a legitimate worry. I knew if push came to shove, I'd be fine. So we got that email second week, third week. Everybody's gonna have to reapply for their positions and make way for the people that are merging, and we want the best people in every chair. It's some jive, right? It was some bull. So we were like, all right, cool. Still no worry on my end. I felt like I was an asset to the company. I wasn't worried about re-interviewing. My numbers spoke for themselves. So I wasn't worried about that. Fourth week hit, boom, another bomb. Not only are we closing these branches, we're getting rid of these positions. And this is all like in a 4-week span. So again, my position wasn't up for grabs, but something was coming out every week. So there was a reason to be afraid if someone was afraid. So boom, January 31st comes around. And remember, I had just went into Twanya's office 2-3 months ago and said, hey, Twanya, I quit January 31st. Had thought nothing else of the day. Had did nothing to walk in that purpose, did nothing to walk in that light, did nothing to walk that road, right? January 31st comes around, my regional manager walks into the office. Boom, anytime the big dogs walk in, everybody's like, oh, straighten up your desk, here she comes. So she walks in, and then my manager goes in behind her. And about 5 minutes later, they call me into the office. And so I go into the office, and we talking, we rapping, and they giving me that whole, Jarvis, we want you to be a leader, we da-da-da-da-da, but we feel like you're not totally here. And because we feel like you're not totally here, you've made these mistakes. And they gave me about 3 write-ups. It was a stack of papers, though. Gave me about 3 write-ups. 2 of those write-ups were completely illegitimate, right? Completely whack. Like, hey, you forgot to hit enter and spacebar on this email. So that's a problem. It's against company policy. So I already knew what was going on. It already came down from upper management. Like, listen, we got to kind of trim the fat, get rid of the people that don't want to be here. When we make this merger complete, we need to be fully staffed with people that want to be here. And I probably had let it be known, like, I get busy when I leave here. Like, this isn't something, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm off, I'm not really off. And I had a goal within myself. If I gave my job 8 hours a day, I needed to give my business 8 hours a day. And I usually gave it more. So when push came to shove, you know, they sat me down and I'm going over the write-ups and I'm like, yo, this is some bull. Like, but are y'all serious? And they were for real. They were like, yeah, we dead serious. You know, boom, here you go. Boom, so I got to the last page of the write-up and the write-up said final warning, final notice. And I was like, final notice? Like, she was like, yeah, you know, we're not gonna be able to keep you on board if, you know, anything like this happens again. And what that really means is, Jarvis, you got 90 days to walk the straight and narrow. If you fall off at any point in time, we can slide you this pink slip and you're done, right? And because of the time that I put in, I didn't want it to go to waste. So I left the meeting like, all right, cool. Thanks, guys, for the opportunity. Thank you. I went over to my desk, went to Google 2-week notice. 2-week notice pulled up, changed my name, changed their name, changed the date, printed it. About 45 seconds later, I walked right back into that office and I'm like, hey, here y'all go. I'm out. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, that's not what we meant. You know, we want. And I was like, you know, it's cool. At the end of the day, though, I'm not going to allow you guys to fire me. I'm not going to allow myself to be fired. So let's go ahead and just walk away. You know, it is what it is. And my manager, she knew where I was. She knew what I did outside of the bank. You know what I mean? She knew how I got down. But however, she had a bottom line to meet. And if I was an essential part of her bottom line or helping her meet that bottom line, she needed me to be there those 8 hours of the day, putting in that work. So I understood her position. Put my 2 weeks in, and 2 weeks later I left, right? And so this is where we get to talking about our purpose. Now, when we're walking in our purpose, I was talking to some clients about this the other day. When you're walking in your purpose, God has a way of just lining things up. Just boom, 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 left hand, right hand, around the back, like all that stuff. It just gets, it just lines up and you're like, oh my God, like I should have did this 10 years ago. Like I should have quit 10 years ago. So I put that 2 weeks, just back up to, I put that 2-week notice in. I didn't consult with God. I didn't consult with my lady. I didn't consult with my family. I didn't think about my kids. I didn't consult with my finances. I didn't know where I was financially. I didn't consult with it. It was a 45-second rash decision that I made. And I didn't consult with anybody when I made it. A week later, I got this free time. I'm off work, right? After my 2 weeks is up. A week after my 2 weeks is up, I'm shooting a friend of mine, shout out to Kim, at a studio. And the owner of the studio walks in. And it's always, we were always cordial. At the time, we had never really had a real conversation, but we were always cordial with one another. Excuse me. We were always cordial with one another. So she walked in. Hey, Jarvis, hey, Kim, da-da-da-da. She's like, Jarvis, when you gonna give me my shoot? When you gonna shoot me? And I was like, it's whatever. Let me know. I'm down. Let me know. And then she came back maybe 30, 45 minutes later, and she was like, how much you gonna charge me to shoot? And it was a hard decision at the time, and I was like, nothing. I had just quit my job. I can't afford to shoot nobody for free, right? So, but my heart was like, nothing. It came right out, nothing. I ain't gonna charge you nothing. Don't worry about it. You good. And she was like, all right, cool, thanks, cool. And she walked off, and I finished shooting Kim, and we kind of chop it up and we wrap, and then we finish up the shoot. And as I'm packing up my things and I'm getting ready to go, Miss T, and I don't think she even understands how instrumental she was in my growth in a few different areas, in a few different avenues. Like in this move she made, she came to me, she was like, hey, listen. She grabbed my hand, she was like, hey, listen. Boom. And she had a set of keys to the studio in her hand. And she was like, you look out for me, I'm gonna look out for you. Mi casa, su casa. You can shoot here, you got a home now. You shoot here whenever you want. Look out for me, I look out for you. I was like, oh my God. This is a week after I left my job, right? That was the first foot. That was the first step in things falling into place for me. That was the first, and I don't think she understands. So Miss T, if you watching, thank you so much, because you were the confirmation in what I had been doubting of myself my entire life. You know what I'm saying? That move, this is yours. And I don't know if anybody will ever understand the ramifications or the gravity of a photographer having his own studio, right? So, and it was that season of my life, that's what I needed. So it did wonders for my business. My business was able to blossom. My business was able to grow as a result of it. Thank you, Miss T, for that. But my business was able to grow as a result of that. So that was the first step of confirmation. Things lining up, walking in my purpose. I should have been left, right? So I'm shooting. Other opportunities are presenting themselves. I'm taking advantage. Things are happening. Business is booming, guys. And I'm gonna be really honest. When you're walking in your purpose, this is gonna sound crazy. It's easy. It's easy. It became easy. I wasn't worried about leaving insurance behind. I wasn't worried about my 401k. I wasn't worried about the $1.17 raise I was leaving on the table in on my anniversary. I wasn't worried about none of that. I jumped. I flew. I didn't know, I didn't know what my finances looked like. I didn't know what anything looked like. Fast forward, February blows by, boom. March blows by, boom. Toward the end of March, and this is what was pivotal for me. Toward the end of March, my dad got sick, like really sick. And it was like, yo, can you come? Can you come? And it was a no-brainer. I was there, like no questions asked. So came, we was all in the hospital, and we were just talking, and he was like, hey man, I appreciate you leaving work to come and sit with me and come hang out with me. And I was like, work? Like, work? I quit about a month ago. And he was like, what? You did what? Like, you quit? And you got to understand who my dad was. My dad had been working since he was 7, 8. Let him tell it. He'd been working since he was 7, 8, 9 years old, picking watermelons, picking peaches, picking cotton, all kinds of this. And so I knew how important holding a job was for him. I knew how important. I knew that's what he. You know what I'm saying? I understood the gravity of having a job and how important that was for him. So when I told him I quit, and he was like, whoa. And I don't know if he was too sick or too tired to really dive in on it, and I was concerned about what he would say. And he really his silence was his blessing. His silence was, I trust that you know what you're doing. And just moving things along, he progressively got ill. Mind you, had I had a job, I would have lost the job, because I was in the hospital with him for, I think it was about 30, 35 days until he ultimately passed away. And it was important to me. That was the golden moment of my entrepreneurial journey. I didn't have to ask off every day. I didn't have to go on FMLA. I didn't have to ask for leave of absence or temporary leave. I didn't have to do any of that. And that was the beauty of it all for me. I was able to walk away, and I was able to walk with my dad into the sunset, and that was priceless for me. So to my branch manager, to my regional manager, thank you. Thank you. Those write-ups helped me reach my potential. They helped me understand my potential. They helped me understand I can do anything, right? So I said all of that to say to you guys today, there's not gonna be a perfect time to jump, right? There's not gonna be a perfect situation. There's not gonna be a perfect circumstance. Okay, I made enough money, time to jump. Jobs are comfortable. Careers are comfortable, right? Somebody paying this, I can go to work and I don't gotta do nothing and I'm gonna still get my check on Friday. That's comfy, that's comfort. That's comfort. But I'm gonna tell you what else is comfort. Being able to do what you love to do, go where you want to go, and get paid 5, 6, 7 times what somebody else thought you were worth. Not one, not two. I'm talking about there's been days where I've made more money in a day than I made in a month at that job. There's no way you can tell me my time is worth $18.99 an hour. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you can tell me that's what my time is worth these days. With my skill set and my ability, with your skill set and your abilities, there's no way anybody can tell you that your time is worth $12.99. And we'll throw in some insurance in case you get sick. But you need to be at work and we're gonna look at you funny if you call out to go to the doctor. Nah. Your life is worth more than that. What you do is worth more than that, guys. There is not a right time. If you walk in your purpose, I'm telling you, every time, God will align it for you. He will, I'm proof. I'm living proof. Walk in your purpose, your higher power will make it all work for you. It's easy as pie. Guys, that's my time for today. You can find us on Instagram at Marketplace Monday, at Brand New Consulting Group. You can find us on Facebook at Brand New Consulting Group. We're also on Facebook with Marketplace Monday, guys. This episode was just for you. This was an intimate conversation. You can make the jump too. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? I'm talking about I couldn't keep a job. I got a job and didn't want to let it go. If I could do it, anybody can do it, guys. Hit us up with any questions. You can send any of your questions to Marketplace Monday I think it's hello@marketplacemonday.com. Hit us up. We're here for it. If you're looking to expand your business, you're looking to gain more customers, you're looking to attract more clients, you're looking to earn more money, hit us up. This is what we do. Brand New Consulting Group, guys. I'm signing off. My name is Jarvis. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.